Super Rugby Dream Team for the quarterfinals. I've picked 15 players. To be fair, I tried to get at least somebody in from each of the teams who played. Um, all the teams at least offered something in their quarterfinals. They weren't all as close as they perhaps could have been, but I don't think any of the teams were really disgraced. I mean, the Highlanders ended up getting a bit of a score put on them, but the first half was close. Likewise, the Rugby scored a couple of tries at the end of that Sharks game to really take the game away from them. So it doesn't look good at the final scoreboard, but as I said, each game kind of had its thing. This is the last video I'm going to be recording in Wellington, so I'll be back in Auckland for the next one. Yeah, we'll see how things go. So yeah, 15 players, starting with the props. I've gone with Alan Alalatoa from the Brumbies. In terms of his stats, 4 runs for no meters, not setting the world alight there. 1 pass, again, not setting the world alight with his fantastic ball skills, but what he was doing, apart from scrummaging, which is kind of what his primary job is, 19 out of 20 tackles. Rugby pass, I think, had him at like 20 out of 21. So a whole bunch of work around the park, I guess. If you could choose some core skills from a prop, defensively sound, good work rate, and good scrummager, those would all be up there. Alongside him, I've gone with Angus Ta'avao from the Chiefs. Their scrum also had the ascendancy, so that's kind of what's put him on the front foot here. 4 runs, 4 meters is slightly better than no meters, but it's kind of the run meters you expect from a guy in the front row. Beat a defender, had 2 passes and offload, so he's always had pretty good hands, to be fair. 7 out of 7 tackles, and as I said, they didn't win the game, but they were putting the Jaguars scrum under all kinds of pressure in that game, although, to credit to the Jaguars, they held when they needed to. Hooker from the Hurricanes are gone with Dane Coles. He had 4 runs for 13 meters, which is a kind of good result, but for him, you kind of expect it. To be fair, he's a bit of a dynamic runner. 3 defenders beaten, 2 passes and a kick. That's just the kind of thing that he brings to the game. And it was a pretty useful kick as well. 4 from 4 tackles. Pretty good outing overall for him. And if you're an All Blacks fan, very encouraging because he seems to be back and well. Locks, I've gone with Guido Petty from the Jaguares. That guy has been in top form all season. 7 runs for 3 meters is, again, not going to win you any awards, but 2 passes and an offload. He's had pretty good handling skills from what I've seen of him this year, and he's not quite doing what Snyman does, but I'll get to him in a minute. 10 out of 11 tackles, which was the number 2 Jaguares player from that game. He had 9 line-out wins, which is just dominant in the air. That was the number 1 player of the whole week for line-outs. So last year was all about his line-out steals. He's still got that in this game, but just in the air, he is absolutely world-class, and he proved that at the weekend. Snyman is my other lock. I've gone with him. Losing effort for the Bulls, but still, he really showed what he could do. 12 runs, 14 meters, so very busy. 10 passes and 5 offloads. Like 10 passes is, the guy should be playing 10 with the amount of work he does. But 9 out of 10 tackles, 7 line-out wins, so probably the second place getter after Guido Petty, and also a line-out steal. Good effort in a losing team. The Bulls will miss him next year. Loose forwards, I have gone with Fetu Douglas from the Crusaders, and the Crusaders are pretty hard done by in my dream team because so many of them got substituted once the game was won. A lot of them didn't play the full, like, even hour kind of thing. 7 runs, 10 meters, had a clean break and a defender beaten and a try assist. 5 from 5 tackles, a turnover and a line-out win. The guy just did it all. I think he's the only non-All Black in that forward pack, and he did it all. So very good effort from him. I've also gone with Pete Samu from the Brumbies. I actually missed his first try. I still haven't seen it at this point. Been too busy running around Wellington, but 2 tries to the guy from the Crusaders previously. 5 runs for 74 meters, so he must have had a bit of a barnstorming thing at the start as well. I'm not sure how many meters out it was, but he didn't play all that much of the second half either, but he still cracked up some big numbers. 3 clean breaks, 6 defenders beaten. 2 from 4 tackles is the slight letdown, but He also had a kick, and he's hurt himself, so he's not going to be available for the semi-final, which is very disappointing for him because he's had a very good season. Started the season kind of slow, a lot of bench minutes, but yeah, he's kind of proved crucial to what the Brumbies are doing, especially with the absence of Pocock, even though they're very different players. Finally, I've gone with Pablo Matera. He had 17 runs for 58 meters. He has just been in my dream team every other week, man. 2 clean breaks, again, 6 defenders beaten, 6 passes, 15 out of 17 tackles. I think he was the #1 Jaguares player for tackles as well. Also had a line-out steal, also had a try in the first minute, had a try assist. Excellent, excellent effort. That's not to take away from so many other guys. Artie Savia was again huge for the Hurricanes. Matt Todd got like 4 turnovers for the Crusaders. Saw Kula had turnovers and run meters and all kinds of good stuff for the Chiefs as well. So plenty of good loose forwards this week other than the guys I have picked. Backs, I've gone with Perenara from the Hurricanes. He was once again in top form. 12 runs for 103 meters is phenomenal. 3 clean breaks, 2 defenders beaten, an offload. 56 passes and 11 kicks, so the guy was very busy. 6 from 6 tackles, also managed a try, he caught it without spilling it, and a try assist, so he is just key to what the Hurricanes do, him and Barrett. But it's not Barrett I've gone with at 10, I've gone with Mo'unga from the Crusaders. Man, that debate will continue between him and Mo'unga, honestly. 12 runs, 64 meters, 12 passes. 64 meters, geez, for him that's normal again. 3 clean breaks, a defender beaten, 2 tries, a try assist, 5 conversions and penalty for 23 points before he went off. Didn't play the full 80. 7 out of 9 tackles. Yep. Midfield, I've gone with Esterhuizen from the Sharks. I do have a soft spot for him. In a Sharks team that wasn't all that good with the ball, this guy was at least doing something. 16 runs, is very busy, 53 meters. #1 Shark, 4 run meters. 3 clean breaks, 3 defenders beaten, 2 offloads, and a try where he really just punched through with some power. 6 from 6 tackles. His black markers, he did cough the ball up 3 times. So other than that, pretty good outing from him in a losing team. Rob Thompson, again, is my other guy from a losing team from the Highlanders. 12 runs, 17 meters. Doesn't seem to give him the credit that he was doing, but a lot of the stuff that he was doing was a lot of setup work rather than necessarily punching the ball up himself all the time. 4 defenders beaten, 3 offloads. This is what I'm talking about with the setup work. 7 passes and 3 from 3 tackles. So I think he probably doesn't get as much credit in the stats for the work that he was putting in for them in that game. Outside backs, I've gone with Ben Lamb for 1. He had 7 runs for 22 meters, so not all that impressive in terms of just run meters, but in those 22 meters, he beat 4 defenders, still managed a clean break. He had some real power for his try. He also managed 3 passes, 2 offloads, and 2 from 2 tackles, so his defense has been criticized a bit. At least he didn't miss any tackles. Tom Banks from the Brumbies. Now, this guy did rack up some run meters. 12 runs for 124 meters. 2 clean breaks, 3 defenders beaten, 5 passes, a try assist, and a tackle, 1 from 1. Again, he's another one I don't think the stats do him justice. He was everywhere for the Brumbies and setting up so much of their play, but like in terms of scoring, he's only credited with the 1 try assist. So, yeah. Last one, I've gone with Matias Moroni from the Jaguares. 7 runs for 36 meters, a clean break, 3 defenders beaten. He had a pass, an offload, a try, and 7 out of 9 tackles. So defensively, very sound. So yeah, those are the 15 players. I would also say Rayasi is a kind of key figure in that Hurricanes win, even if he was... Ooh, my gimbal's gone out of juice. I will just quickly finish this off. Rayasi, yep, he had the yellow card, so a bit unfortunate. Orlando for the Jaguares was pretty impressive. Hendricks for the Bulls, he's probably a big key omission, but his number of turnovers conceded was pretty huge. So, yeah, a bit disappointing. Right, that's it. As I hold up this camera and gimbal, it's getting a bit heavy. I'm going to call it quits. See you guys from Auckland next time, and yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.